thanks for watching. This is Hito from HITOSTAR.com. Today I'm going to be speaking about Aries New Moon on March 24th, 2020. So since I have recorded the last video, a lot of things changed in the world. This virus that's taking over the whole world is also here in New York City. So I am staying inside and I am praying for everyone and also taking care of myself, social distancing from everyone else. And here I am here to talk about the stars again. And I just wanted to tell everyone that I think you are watching this from wherever you are in the world and seeking for some kind of hope and answers and some improvements in life. So I am here to talk about it, but I am here to tell you that I am going through this with everyone. I am doing my best and I hope you are too, and this is the great time for us to connect all together, especially on social medias and digitally. But my thoughts are here for you, and that's basically why I'm doing this video here again. Yeah, I just wanted to tell my thoughts before I start. I am praying for everyone, and please stay safe. And let's talk about the stars. We have a new moon happening in sign of Aries. So Aries is the first sign of all zodiac signs, and this is a very new beginning because this is the first new moon of the universal cycle, which starts from spring equinox. We have spring equinox on March 19th and 20th, which is a brand new start for everyone. And in astrology, that's when the sun goes into sign of Aries. So sign of Aries is the very first sign of 12 zodiac signs. And when the sun goes into this sign, that's when the whole cycle starts. So although we say our new year is usually January 1st, but that's only on the calendar because we have a real universal new year on this day, which is March 19th and 20th. So we have 4 different points in a year where we get all this great energy, amazing energy going through, which are spring equinox, autumn equinox, summer solstice, and winter solstice. So these 4 points in the calendar are very important because that's where we receive all messages and download from the universe. So here we are, we have this day very strong, and after that we have this new moon in Aries. So the sign of Aries is about speed, it's about originality, it's about initiation, anything to do with original and different. It's about just running ahead without even looking other people, looking other things. It's that original, it's that fast. And that's the energy we are all getting at this new moon, and it's a great time for you to set intentions for the rest of 2020. If you are an entrepreneur or if you have your own business, if you are looking into have your own business, this new moon is great for you because the sign of Aries is a sign of entrepreneur, and it's about using your original talents and having your brand. So we have this interesting time right now with the whole situation with the virus, which I think it's really interesting that this thing was happening at the end of the whole cycle of 2019 and 2020, which was where the sun was in sign of Pisces, where everything was ending. And now we have the sun and the moon in Aries, and a lot of people are actually forced to do some kind of new business or new way of thinking, new way of doing things, especially things to do online. So I can see a lot of people are going to be looking into to do your own thing, to do your own business, to have your own brand. Maybe now is the time that you realize you cannot rely on your 9 to 5 jobs, and just this whole situation might have made you realize what's really important in your life. So that could be related to this new moon. So if you are in that situation, my advice here is to look into whatever you can do right now as an entrepreneur, as just a person who is ready to do something totally new. Of course, we might not be ready, all ready for this situation, and I'm sure most of people were not. But it's always, I have this belief that everything happens for reasons, and especially when things happen so rapidly, obviously, that we feel like we have no control. That's clearly message from the universe that we have to change somehow as a society, as a big group community, but also as a person on a personal level. So we have a big concentration in sign of Capricorn. We have Jupiter, Pluto, and Mars conjuncting in sign of Capricorn, and this is a really powerful position. So although this new moon is happening in sign of Aries, we have a lot of Capricorn energy happening. We have Jupiter, Pluto, Mars conjunction, and from there we have Venus in sign of Taurus making a 120-degree trine. So that's a beautiful energy. That's actually about, it's a very positive energy, rewards, some kind of recognition, success, blessings. So that's in the picture. So whatever you've been working on, even with this situation with the virus and everything, you might be seeing some kind of new opportunities, some success, some changes in your life. So whatever is happening in this March is actually related to events in January 2020, because we have all these planets in sign of Capricorn, and especially Saturn and Pluto conjunction was happening in January 2020. And in this March, now all these planets, Mars, Jupiter, and Pluto, are gonna conjunct in the same area on the same degree. So then there is another repetition. There is a connection to the events that were happening in January. So whatever you were working on at that time, are reactivated right now. You might be working on something in a bigger scale. Another thing that's happening at this new moon is we have Mercury in sign of Pisces, and that's making a 60-degree to Uranus in Taurus. So 60 degrees is also called sextile, and this is a beautiful angle. So it's about brilliant thinking, it's about thinking out of the box, it's about new way of thinking, healings, and innovations. So I am hoping that there will be some kind of new solutions for this virus around this time because of this Mercury and Uranus. But this is great for a new way of thinking. So if you've been working on something, especially online, especially with new technology, that's actually a great energy, and this new moon can be the great start for something totally new for you. Another thing that's happening at this new moon is we have the moon and the sun both conjunct with this asteroid called Chiron. So Chiron is an asteroid that's about healing. So Chiron is also called wounded healer. So it's about looking into some kind of pain and overcoming the pain and becoming a healer around that topic. There will be some pain, there will be some wounded part, but from there we actually become stronger and we actually look into the healing process and become much more kind and be able to take care of myself and others. So, and this new moon has that kind of meaning to it. At this new moon, we have Saturn at the very beginning of Aquarius. So Saturn went into sign of Aquarius from a sign of Capricorn on in March, and that's a big shift for the universe, for everyone. And so we had this theme of creating so I've been talking a lot about this, having Saturn, Pluto in sign of Capricorn in 2019 and 2020. And now this planet Saturn is going into sign of Aquarius, which is a big event. And now all this energy is going to shift into sign of Aquarius from Capricorn. This is a big event in 2020 and 2021. That energy we had in sign of Capricorn, which is a earth sign, is going to shift into sign of Aquarius, which is an air sign, and it's a lot to do with new technology. It's about freedom, and it's about looking things from different ways. It's about revolution. So for me, looking at this situation with the coronavirus, it's really related to sign of Capricorn and Aquarius, because when this virus started was when Saturn and Pluto was conjuncting in sign of Capricorn, and that was the last big event in this sign. And now while this Saturn is moving into sign of Aquarius, all this big shift is happening, that we all have to look into using technology and look into individuals and social distancing, which is a big theme in sign of Aquarius, because sign of Aquarius is about individuals. It's about just one person creates a world, and we all exist in the world individually, and we all create something great, create a utopia. So now the universe is really forcing us to go that way with this energy of Saturn Pluto, which is really interesting, because I've been seeing what's going to happen in 2019 and 2020. And many astrologers in the world have been talking about this big year, and we really didn't see this coming. In a way, we did see that something really big in terms of something it's hard to solve was going to happen, but we don't know what's going to happen. Here we are dealing with all this situation that no one had ever encountered before. So, but for me to look at this situation, it's really about us going to the next level, going to, there's an urge to look into the new way of doing things, new way of becoming free. A lot of people are pushed to do something online, something we've never done, while we're having this fear, which I totally understand that it could be scary. But from the point of universe, it's always very clear when something big happens that we really need to change. So what can you do? Please do think about it. And I have been dealing with this on my own as well. And the great news for me is that I have all my business set up online now, because I had such hard time in the last few years doing my sessions in person. I started doing my sessions in person when I started astrology sessions, but then I got so many basically messages from the universe that I need to change everything online, everything as much as I can. It has to be everything online and be able to do things, everything remotely. So that's what I was doing the whole time in the last couple of years, and just creating my own system, creating my own way of working. And now, since this thing happened, that I can do everything online, and it doesn't affect my work. So I'm very much happy about it. And interestingly, now I am since I am comfortable with all these technologies, I started to teach other people how to use social medias, how to succeed in social medias. My YouTube video became #1 on in astrology in Japan on YouTube in 2019. So now I have some tips that I can give to other clients and people that that can help other people to succeed and be able to make incomes from social medias. So that's what I am doing now. Thank you so much for watching again. I know everyone is a lot of people at home and staying safe. So please do stay home and safe, and just take advantage of this time as much as you can. It's a great time to look into some things we never got to do, and also start learning something new. So I hope you are enjoying this staycation, this time to spend for yourself mostly. And I am sending you much love. Thank you so much for watching again. I am wishing you a beautiful new moon in Aries. I will see you next time. Bye bye.
Sound like nightmares.